You ever look around one day and realize, wait a minute, this is what you used to want? Like you just sitting there living your normal day and suddenly it hits you. You're inside something you once dreamed about. Most of the time, we don't even notice it. We just move on to the next goal, to the next thing that we chasing, and we forget this right here used to be the prayer. Welcome back to Simply Becoming, where we talk love, lessons, and laughter. My goal is that every time you press play, you leave a little more encouraged, a little lighter, and maybe even smiling a little bit. So my husband and I were talking last night, and he had said something, and it had really got me thinking. He was saying how when he was younger, he ride by this neighborhood, and they had like these really nice big houses, and across the street there was a really long trail. And he was like, if I lived close to a trail, I would be on that mug every day. And now here we are years later, living right next to one, like right in the backyard. But when he said that, I was like, wow. I used to think the same thing about having a park right outside the house for the girls. We used to live in a townhome, but it didn't have like any playgrounds or anything. It was just parking lot. So the girls never got to do a lot of like outside play unless we actually went to like a park, and we had to always bring their bikes or, transport everything. And I just really was like, I just want to have a park close by the house so, they can go whenever they wanted to. And now we have that too. We got two parks right outside the house. And so it just made me stop and think, like, how many of us are walking through our answered prayers without even realizing it, right? We speak these things years before they happen. But when they finally show up, we're so focused on what's next to even notice what's here. I remember when peace was something that I used to pray for, like literally asking God for calm days and less chaos and less noise, right? Back then, life just felt loud, like everything was go, 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 and I didn't realize that the thing I wanted most wasn't a new house or more money. It was peace. I just wanted quiet moments where I could breathe and think, right? And now I wake up early and I drink my tea and I sit in silence before my house wake up, right? Those are the same moments I used to daydream about. But I didn't even connect it up until recently. Like, I'm living what I used to want. I gotta tell y'all about something real quick. Okay, so y'all know I'm all about quick and cute, right? This half wig has been saving me lately. It blends so well with my natural hair, and half the time people think that it's mine. I can throw it on, style it up or down, and be out the door in minutes. It's giving I did my hair today without the extra work. So if you want something easy, natural looking, check the link in my show notes. I got you. Alright, now back to it. I think about how I used to crave stability too. Not just financially, but emotionally. I wanted to feel safe in my space and safe in my thoughts. Like, I wasn't always in survival mode. And now that I look around, we've created a home that feels peaceful and my spirit feels steady again. It's not perfect, okay? But it's ours and it's calm and steady used to be my goal. Do you ever think back on a time where you couldn't even hear yourself think? Like you were so overwhelmed with everything coming at you all at once. Work, school, content creation, mom stuff, wife stuff, just lifing, right? You chasing the next thing, trying to make sure everything is right or perfect right now. And you don't even know how to navigate toward it. You're just trying to keep up. I think about that version of me sometimes. The one who was trying so hard to hold it all together, not realizing that peace was already on the way. I've realized that our words hold so much weight, even the ones we don't mean to be deep. I remember telling my husband one day, man, I cannot wait until we get a garage. Where we used to live, there wasn't a garage. And when I got my new car, it didn't have automatic start like the old one did. So I would visualize having a garage every time I had to run outside in the cold or just leave in the snow to like warm my car up. Now, every time I press my garage door opener, I literally thank God. And it sounds so small, but it's a daily reminder of how the things we speak, even casually, can eventually show up right in front of us. And that's the thing about manifestation. It's not always some big dramatic moment. Sometimes it's realizing that what used to be a hope or a prayer has already quietly become a part of your everyday life. Not everything I've prayed for came in the exact form I expected, but it still came. Sometimes it came through lessons or detours or timing I didn't understand at the time, but the words I spoke, they were definitely heard. When we talk about manifestation, a lot of people think it's just about saying what it is that you want and waiting for it to show up. But real manifestation is partnership, right? It's aligning your actions, your energy, and your mindset with what you're asking for. It's speaking it, yes, but also becoming the version of yourself who's ready to receive it. I've learned that manifestation isn't magic, it's movement. It's the quiet consistency, those small daily decisions that add up until one day you look around and you realize you're standing in something you built with your own words and your work. That's what I mean when I say you're living what you once prayed for. I want you to take a second and really think about it, okay? What's something that you have now that you once prayed for? Maybe it's peace. Maybe it's stability, a relationship, or even just being in a better headspace. Sometimes we get so used to answer prayers that we forget to notice them. So I'm gonna wait. What's that thing for you? So lately I've been real intentional about slowing down and noticing the things that I used to want. Things like the flexibility to spend more time with my family or being able to build something that aligns with my purpose. There was a time when I was juggling so much I couldn't even imagine having a calm week, let alone a peaceful life. But here I am now. I'm waking up early and I'm creating and being present and watching my family thrive. Even the small stuff like that first sip of tea in silence, and having a home that feels like a soft place to land and seeing my girls happy and seeing my husband happy. Those are all answered prayers too. I used to think that gratitude meant being content where you are, but now I understand that it's about awareness. It's not about saying this is enough, right? It's about saying thank you for this while I grow into that. I've been learning that gratitude doesn't slow you down, right? It helps me not rush through what's right in front of me. Because when I start noticing those little answer prayers, it doesn't make me stop. It gives me peace in the middle of my progress. It helps me breathe through what's becoming instead of trying to race to the end. Okay, so sit up straight. Take a deep breath. In through your nose. Out your mouth. You're already standing in so much good. Don't miss it looking out for what's next. Here's my challenge for you for the week. Notice one thing you once prayed for and say it out loud. Literally say, I remember when I wanted this. It hits so different when you speak it out loud. If you take anything from today's episode, let it be this. You're already living in something you once wanted. Because when you finally stop to look around, you'll realize that some of your biggest blessings showed up quietly. Before we close out today's episode, I want to take a second for this week's Becoming Spotlight. This one goes out to Mariah. Mariah is the creative behind A Little Bit Random. It's a space that truly reflects her gift for creating with intention and ease. Mariah is a military wife, she's a mom of two, and a business owner whose creativity flows through everything she touches. I've been following her for a few years now, and even from afar, it's clear that she's creative at heart. The kind of woman who builds and shares with purpose. You can find all of her information in my show notes. Y'all make sure y'all go show her some love. Check her out. Mariah, I want to say to you, girl, keep shining. Your creativity and consistency is so inspiring. Until next time, slow down, keep noticing those little things, and keep becoming.